Good afternoon, Melody, and all you listeners. Nice to be back again.
It's good to have you back again.
Ooh, thank you.
Yes. And again?
You want to keep me on kind of like a mascot.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Do you wear a funny costume?
No.
Okay.
I get gold here in June up 770 at 516.50, and silver is between minus 1 penny and 3 pennies. So we'll call it 35.01 approximately. And it's still trading. We got an hour to go in these markets for June and July. Actually, this is a very good day. You know, we got option expiration for gold and silver coming up on Wednesday. And for this to hold in there like this, it was batted around all day. Mm-hmm. So it had a good day. The shares were up mixed. Most are up. The ones that get hit were the banks, Barclays, Morgan Stanley, J.P. Morgan Chase, GS, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, Citigroup, HSBC. They all are down. 0.5% to 1%. The dollar was higher again today, 76.24, I think it said. And that's just, as we explained to you a long time ago, they were running the euro up to create a cushion under it. Because all of that bad news is coming about Greece, etc. And lo and behold, I said at 149, it'll turn here, and it'll go right straight back down again, but at least it's got a ways to go. Where's it going? Probably to 125 and then to 118. It's a pretty good short. Dollar will move up to about 80. That's okay. Nothing permanent, believe me. Both entities are in what I would call some serious trouble. There's no progress. Well, gold's up $8 now, 16.90. There's no progress in the talks between the Eurozone partners, the IMF, and all of those overpaid bureaucratic one-world socialists. On Wednesday's issue, I've got under Europe some great links to videos, particularly in Spain, which was a very restrained, conservative complaint of thousands and thousands of people. And I told them that before the election on Sunday, if you go out in the street, you're going to be arrested. That was a wrong thing to tell them. They said, we don't care. And there was about 5 million people in Madrid alone, and there were demonstrations in 72 cities. And it's not political. It has nothing to do with politics. Because they realize, especially the young people, 21% overall unemployment, young people, unemployment's around 35%. There just are no jobs. The banks are all broke. And, of course, they're owned by the Alpha Group, which is the Queen of England. nothing to do with it, and we're not paying for it. Let the bankers eat it. And the same is happening in a different way in Greece. Greece has already had pay cuts of up to 1/3, and on and on and on. And that had to happen, but they were dumb to do it, in such big numbers at once. You phase that thing in over 5 years. Then you raise taxes over 5 years. Then in 6 to 7 years, everything's sorted out, but you got a default. You just can't pay it. It's not the Greeks' fault. Portuguese, Spanish, Italians, the two groups in Belgium, the Flemish and the Walloons. It's not their fault. The bank should have never lent that money. And now everybody, because they listen to programs like this, they go all over the world. They know what's going on. And that's very, very, very important. And so I think there'll be a partial default in Greece. That'll last about a year, and there will be no collateralization on loans, bonds, whatever.
that it's a possibility. It's just totally amazing how they're so corrupted by mainstream media and how they just repeat everything they hear. It just amazes me sometimes. And they're the same people who always have an opinion first, you know? Amazing.
And they're usually not right. And it's because they allow themselves to be stupid.
Yeah.
You know, I said in the last issue that in Europe you don't have the acceptance of what these kind of people do that you have in America. I mean, if they said that all tea from Brazil is brown, Americans who watch television, they believe that.
Yeah.
And it's just amazing the way that they've been brainwashed. And there's not many exceptions. You know, maybe 15% of the population. All of the rest have to be there's a word for it. I can't think of it right now. But re-indoctrinated. They have to be taught what's truthful and what isn't, and how to identify it. But this blind listening to government and the people
and put right back into education. And but anyway, I think we're down at the bottom of the hour, so give us a call at 800-375-4188. We might have another moment or two here before we're going into the break. But our number is 800-375-4188. And when I give specials, there truly are specials. You know, I hear people say, well, somebody was running a special. How come your price is lower than theirs? And it's like, well, you know, it's all relative. And so when we give specials, I really do give specials. Here's a question. You keep saying that the royal marriage was set up. Given what we know, it is quite likely that is the case. At what point do we see a bit of proof we can help us to convince others who haven't arrived at our level of understanding?
But you got to work at it.
And we're at break, so maybe we can pick up that question on the other side of the break.
Years ahead of the dominant media, FirstAmendmentRadio.com and FirstAmendmentRadio.net, around the world and on satellite.
Record budget deficits, bankruptcies galore, and the U.S. dollar is at an all-time low. With today's gloomy economic outlook, safe investments are often hard to find. For over a decade, Melody Cedarstrom at Discount Gold and Silver Trading Company has been helping people secure their future by investing in the precious metals. Melody has the honesty, integrity, and experience that is often lacking in the precious metals business. Let her put it to work for you. Call Discount Gold and Silver Trading at 800-375-4188. That's 800-375-4188.
Hi, Nicholas here. I used to lug those big jugs to the market to fill with water from those coin-operated filter machines, 25 cents a gallon or 5 gallons for $1. I used to. Then I got the big Berkey. Now I saved my back and hundreds of dollars too. I was paying $600 for the same 3,000 gallons of water that a pair of black Berkey filters will provide from my own tap for only $99. This means that your Berkey water system will entirely pay for itself with only 1,500 gallons of use. And then you will still have 1,500 gallons left before you need to replace the filters. Do the math. Stop throwing your money away on bottled water and filter dispensers that may or may not be delivering as promised. For a limited time, First Amendment Radio is offering 10% off on the most popular Berkey water systems. Visit the shopping page at First Amendment.